Jake Ehrenreich is a supremely gifted musician, singer, and actor who has appeared in many shows, including Broadway's Dancin' and Barnum, as well as the international tour of Beatlemania, where he played Ringo Starr. He now has his own one-man musical comedy, A Jew Grows in Brooklyn, which is running at the Quillo Theater in Palm Beach. Ehrenreich, the son of Holocaust survivors, truly flourishes as he takes audiences on a journey through his life.
Most things that are about the Holocaust are fairly serious, and rightfully so. Mine is serious as well, but I really wanted to try to tell this story in a funny, entertaining way. Now that may sound counterintuitive, but you know, you can educate, I think, in a more effective way. If you have people laughing, if you have them on your side, then you can take them into this place and then come out. I think the story of the children is not as well told as the story of the parents.
Ehrenreich's life was that of many children born to immigrants. He just wanted to fit in, to be like the other kids.
But we're watching the game together, and that's what made it so great. I remember about the 5th or 6th inning. It was a real pitcher's battle. You know, no score, a great game. My dad turns to me. He says, "So, what kind of game is this baseball? 2 people play and 8 people watch."
That was my life. I was a standard American. All I wanted to do was be Mickey Mantle, you know, and I listened to rock music. I mean, I really was mostly embarrassed of my parents. I wasn't embarrassed about the history so much. It's just they had accents, and I just wanted to be a regular American kid. And rock and roll music was so much a part of that.
A Jew Grows in Brooklyn takes audiences from Brooklyn, where Ehrenreich grew up playing stickball, to the Catskills, where his family vacationed with large groups of other Holocaust survivors every summer.
How are you up there on the balcony, on the surfboard, the diving board, whatever it is you are? You hear about the guy? He came home, he found his best friend in bed with his wife. He said, "Morris, I have to, but you."
It was there that he absorbed the musical and comedic talents of many great entertainers. His wife Lisa, who was the show's creative consultant and costume designer, helped him develop the story from its beginnings.
I saw this story coming from his soul, this story of a Holocaust survivor child's side of the story. And given all of his talents, as it began to bubble up, what I saw that to me was the seed of the show, aside from all that he could bring to his talents and bring to the show as entertainment, was that through his tragedy and through the family, that he had this outlook on life that was very inspiring.
In the show I talk about what ultimately happened with my sisters and my mom. My sisters got early Alzheimer's disease and did not fare well. Joni passed away, Wanda's in a nursing home. My mother had the same illness, but I have a firm belief that we all probably have genetic infirmities, things that we're born with. But we have some control over that, the way we focus on our lives, how we live, if we live in joy or if we live focusing mostly on sorrow. And I'm a firm believer that we can affect our own health, our own future. I talk about that at the end of the show. I think that's what helped me to survive the difficulties of what it was like growing up in a survivor family. My sisters did not do so well. I think we've chosen to focus on different things in our lives. I choose to focus mostly on the positive.
I've learned to keep a real sense of wonder about life. Anything is possible, and you never know what's around the corner. And again, coming back to your perspective, looking for the joy, looking for the beauty, and you just never know what you might do with your wisdom, you know, of what you created. And I would have never thought that our family would be involved in a theater project.
I recall the trips we used to have when I was a boy. We'd load the car with pumpernickel and farmer cheese sandwiches. My father would bring an apple for each one of us as a drink.
Jake Ehrenreich says that the true inspiration for this show came from his father, Jonas Ehrenreich, a Yiddish scholar known by many for his kindness and compassion.
He was a very unusual person, a very intelligent person, a wise person. He became a great writer. When I set up electric service, when I moved into Monroe, the lady from the electric company, you know, it's not a two-bit organization, it's a big place. She said, "Ehrenreich, is your father the man who gives out tomatoes?" He would go and pay his bills and give people produce. He was a real gem of a person.
Jake Ehrenreich tells his family's story lovingly, honestly, and with great humor.
Here we go.
But in the end, what deeply touches people is not about Jake and his life.
And when I meet with people at the end of the show, it's part, oh, we enjoyed the show, but it's part them telling me about their life. They just go into their history, which is really beautiful.
It's pretty cool. You know, having your dad do a Broadway show, I guess, is kind of really cool for a kid.
And the story has a happy ending. You know, I got married, I have a beautiful wife and a beautiful son, and, you know, our life has continued. You know, we're not done.
For more information about A Jew Grows in Brooklyn, visit ajewgrowsinbrooklyn.com.